Hey loves, I hope you guys are doing so well. I decided to go live randomly. I didn't plan this so much to update you guys on. It's going to be a really good live. Let me just put my candle, have my sage, scratch my head. So I'm going to be doing an energy update for January. I mentioned to you guys that I'd love to do these weekly. I don't know, it's hard to know because every day our energy is different. I'm a manifesting generator, which means I just have to feel what this week brings and then I tune in. Even with my videos here, I never really plan everything to the T because it changes so often. So I'm going to be doing an update, but I also want to share some huge, exciting news. Let me know where you're hearing from. Hello, Blind Beauty. Hello, hello. I'm just going to get my cards set up while I chat with you guys. If this is your first time here, I'm Shika, your conscious mentor, and I do weekly videos to help you through shadow work, healing, and so much more. So I've been having so many of you guys that I just want to share quickly. Oh my God. So many things. Like spirit's just like going off. But the first thing I want to share is quickly about the Quartz Vortex. And there's a huge update that I want to share with you guys. Hey, Chrissy. Hello, hello. Where are you guys tuning from? Let me know. So here's the thing. I've been having amazing conversations with you guys. And then as I'm talking to you, I see where I was when I first started holding space, which is this sense of scarcity mindset with money, this feeling of tension and chaos, which we're kind of like going through in January, anyways. And it makes me just really want to just hold space. Atlanta, that's amazing. So I'm offering something that came through for me, but I want to share this story with you guys because it's going to resonate just with the energy of January. I've been noticing a lot of people energetically just feeling this sense of pressure, wanting to get things done and also feeling like there's not enough hours in a day to get things done, feeling emotionally drained, like we're still staying up at night so late, but then we can't sleep. All those things are coming through. So it's just been a lot of things that have been coming up. And this reading will be a general reading. Obviously, I'll pinpoint on some little things as well. Texas in the house. But yeah, I'm going to really share some deep things. And even if you have an intention in your heart while you're watching this, I trust that there will be a card here or something that I will say that will really resonate with you in general. So if you're here, you find this video, it's meant for you. There's something Finland. That's awesome. I've always wanted to go there. So all these things. So anyways, there's been a lot of like this lack of abundance. Like, we've created the vision board, we've created the things, and it's like, I don't see it moving forward to where we want it to be. So what I am offering is something that reminded me a few years ago. So when I first holded space, and I know this will resonate with a lot of you who are space holders. If you're a space holder, put a rainbow emoji down below. I appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do. This is anything from a nurse, a doctor. If you just help people in this world during this time of this big rebirth of the earth, I'm thanking you for it. Okay. I'm thanking you for all the stuff that you do. Arkansas, that's awesome. Heard there's amazing rainbows, or not rainbows, amazing waterfalls there. I love to go and check it out. So a few years when I started doing this journey, I remember that I only had maybe just over $500 to my name, and I was in the same space as a lot of you are energetically in January, where, we're still closing ties of last year. Seems like there's chaos that is occurring throughout everything. And there's this depth of like wanting things to get done, but feeling like we don't have the opportunity to do so. And I remember knowing that my purpose was to help and support people, but, was so attached to my situation. So this is anyone I'm speaking to right now that is tired of being in a very toxic environment. Anyone who is like the wounded healer that wants to support and stop holding pain in that. Anyone who is just emotionally exhausted. Like we've gone through it. And I'm saying this because this reading is going to prepare you for February. You can even come back to this in February to really see what comes and sits with you. So I only had that much to my account, and I was like, I know I'm meant to help people. So I posted on this Facebook group. I'm sure you're added on many Facebook groups where you help and support a lot of others. And when I went on the Facebook group, I said, "Hey, I'm looking for someone to help and support me. My budget is $500 Canadian." I'm in Canada, for those who don't know. So I put it out there in the universe. And the thing about the manifesting that I just put it out there, even in a space where I was in scarcity, fear of like my just paying things, fear of all those stuff, and just exhausted. So, and I'm going to answer your questions in a bit, guys, but I just really want to share this because this is going to really transition into the reading. This is why I'm here in the reading too. So that happened. And about a few moments later, I got a message from what I felt was an angel. I can't find this woman on social media again. Like she just popped up. I trusted that space and it was crazy. And she said, I don't know why I really resonate with your message. And this group is kind of the energy. There is a lot of people that tend to have, I feel, and I don't want to be offensive, but I'm just saying truth. I find a lot of Facebook groups have a lot of people that are coming from a space of lack of abundance. And the thing about it is these Facebook groups are created in a way where it's not from the heart. And that's why for me, when I made the conscious law of attraction and manifestation Facebook group, which by the way is free. I believe I put the link down below for you guys if you want that, where we support each other. And there's just like updates, any updates that I give you, I can post it there for you guys. But all this to say is the energy was just very like lack of. And she said, I don't usually pay attention to these messages because it doesn't come from the heart for a lot of people. And I was like, no, I totally resonate with that. And what happened was she said, I have my son-in-law is friends with Tony Robbins. And funny enough, my good friend went to the huge Tony Robbins event. Like I've never been, but she went to it. At the time, she was like raving about it and all this stuff, right? Hey, everyone. Again, I'm going to answer in a bit. So when that happened, I was like, I'm just going to surrender. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just saw a squirrel fall off a tree. So I just said, I'm going to surrender to it. As soon as I said surrender, it fell. So, anyways, I'm going to surrender to it. And what happened is that I got a response from her saying, hey, Shika, I'm willing to help. I'm willing to support you. He's going to do a session with you. And this person charges a minimum of $25,000 a month US to work with him. With reason, he is a very well-informed person, very deep, and has a lot of deep essences in that as well. So I got 2 hours of his time, which changed my whole life. And one thing he said on our last session, he said, I just want you to pay it forward. And it stuck with me. And, I've been sitting on this little envelope of pay forward. And to be honest, when I did the Quartz Vortex and started creating it, I wanted to make it accessible to everyone. And the people I've been connecting with, they've been so excited for it and so into the space. But then I see the part of myself years ago when I was starting my journey and wanting help. So I'm kind of going to give this little, I guess you can say genie. I'm going to be your genie for this. And what I'm offering is for the Quartz Vortex 2.0 to do a scalable offer. So sliding scale, what that means is that I've energetically sat with myself and I said, what do I feel comfortable with? And I feel my heart's opening up as I share this with you guys. It's coming from my heart. So what do I feel is an energetically reasonable exchange for the amount of energy that I've put into this deep, deep transmission and program? And I sat with it and 3 came up, 3 numbers. I just kind of like sat with it and I went through that. So how it works is you sit with yourself. I want you to meditate on those 3 numbers and see what feels good. The reason why I'm offering this for the Quartz Vortex 2.0 is I honestly think it's worth investing in the 2.0 because it has so much energy. And I just want to share something with you because that squirrel that fell, I know it sounds so weird. he like went back up on the tree, and it just shows you so much about life, like us falling and coming back to where we need to go and that survival instinct. So if any of you need that message right now where you're like, feel like you're falling in the chaos, keep going, because it's coming soon. You're hitting a breaking point of something huge that's going to unravel for you. Back to the story. Love when spirit gives me little messages here and here when I'm transmitting. So basically there's 3 scales. So the first scale that I'm offering is for the full year mentorship. It's 4444. The second scale that I'm offering is 3255. And the third scale is 2222. So the program is usually at 8888. I'm offering those 3 scales because I know there are people that are wanting to do it and they are in this scarcity mindset, and I want to help diminish that and shift them completely. And I'm giving this little miracle card, if you will, paying it forward, because to me, it's more important to have people have access to this program. So the Quartz Vortex information will be down below. And I also posted on my Instagram just the codes for it. So for the Quartz Vortex exchange scale 1, which is 4444, you can use Vortex 111. For the scale 2 at 3255, you can use the code for Vortex 333. And scale 3, you can use for 2222 for the year. It's Vortex 222. So those are the different things. Maybe I'll post in the comments. I'll write down for you guys. But I'll copy and paste it actually in the chat for you right now, for anyone who's just like, I just want to get on this before I forget. I just put it in the chat for you all. Hopefully that doesn't, let me just redo that because it doesn't show it properly. So let me switch that for you guys. So you have it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. This is so important to me that so many people get access to this program, and I've been loving connecting with so many of you. So yeah, I put that in the chat. It's there for you. I'm going to pin the message so it's there. Yeah, super excited. So grateful. This is one of the reasons why I'm celebrating this reading, is just because this is a very big announcement. And it came through for me. So all those who've been messaging me, chatting with me, wanting to do the Quartz Vortex, this is your opportunity to get access. And on top of that, yes, the Quartz Vortex, just the regular one, is still available at an invisible offer. You can just message me, I'm interested in the Quartz Vortex, and I will give you the access to that as well. So that is it. Now we're getting into the reading, shifting the energy. I'm so excited. So excited. And woo, it's going to be a very awesome program. I just can't wait. Could you please pull me some cards? So this is how it will work for the card reading, because I haven't done them in a while. And now we have such a big family on here. I'm going to do a general card reading for January. If I have time, I will do individual card readings when I open the space for it. So how I would suggest you doing it, sit with yourself in your heart with what your intention is as you read this. And then I will pull cards, whether you're seeing the rerun or you're watching it live. There will be a message for you. You're here for a reason. And I'm going to open the space for spirit to come in, calling in guides and spirit to open the space so we can get a reading on January 2022. I'm just going to cleanse the space, open the space. A lot of raven energy, I feel. Okay, are we ready? So let's start with this first. Okay, so January 2022, what do we have for the collective as messages? Collective messages for January 22. The card did not come through. I have like so many cards in here. Let's see, what are we holding? Okay, you ready for this card reading? I already know that this reading will resonate because catching it live and divine timing, I love it. Okay, so We got three things, and I really think they go in this order, so I'm going to go with that. So we got the loyal heart is the first card. Okay. And the thing I'm going to say with this card is any people with this essence of being loyal in the sense of what you want to create in your fruition. So everyone collectively in January 2022 is receiving some newness in the sense of pushing the old out still of 2021. Think about the amount of evolution that's been happening in such a short period of time. And we're getting to this space where our truth is coming so deeply. So the loyal heart is saying, let your heart lead you through these new beginnings, even if you're not seeing results through the future of it right now. So I'm going to actually read this one. It's 35. So we have 3 and 5. Change. 3 is direct message from guides and angels specifically. So what is the change that your guides and angels are currently giving you in this present time? And how are you fully receiving it? Fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. So, evidence of loyalty appears in your life. Others will prove their faithfulness to you, and you will turn to commit fully to them. There is a sure abiding of certainty into the heart. Know that the Spirit is always loyal to you, and no matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith in the eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. So, one of the biggest things I'm seeing here is being loyal to your dreams. How are you being loyal to what you want to create in this current present moment? Okay. How are you being loyal to receiving things? So, there's been a big trend in January where a lot of people are being tested in their heart. Are you willing to receive love from this new relationship intimately or in a friendship? Are you willing to receive happiness? What part or what emotion haven't you been able to receive or you've been suppressing in this present moment? Understanding that the heart is the most important part of us being guided in the unseen. I had this conversation and I posted a bit about it, and I'm going to share it here. There's the beauty of the unseen, the mystery, and I shared it with everyone who's on the email list. And I want to go a little bit deeper with it. The mystery of life allows us to have a purpose as to why we're here. In January 2022, it's bringing us to trust the mystery. So there's this aspect that we talk about a lot in shamanic practices and just in life. If we just look at it in life, like we never know what the future holds. And if we knew what everything held for us, would there really be a reason for us to feel love? Would there really be a reason for us to heal? Would there really be a reason for us to live in this human experience? So the great mystery causes us to have tests us essentially to really be loyal to our heart, be loyal to our dream, our vision of what we want this year to be. Even though if 2021 was a really hard year for you, an amazing year for you, stop comparing from what was and allowing yourself to surrender and really hold trust in what can be, knowing that there is no attachment to it. So stick with your heart as you go through these changes. It will help you grow deeper. And this is a great transition to the next card. So a change in the wind. So what we're seeing here is kind of like in January 2022, we're getting this scent of change that's going to occur. In February, we're just kind of slowing down even more. So we have the 1-2, which is new beginnings of action. 12, number 12. So I'm going to read this one for you guys. And then I always like to read a bit of it, but then I channel the rest. So a sense of the unseen change has been initiated. Preparation of the storm. This is so fun. I'm going to share something. Awareness that your plans are not on a firm ground and feeling a shift uncertainty about the direction of the winds of blow. Okay, so I have two things I want to share with you guys. The first thing I want to share is that the changes in the wind is saying that we're going through these big shifts and changes, and there's going to be a storm that's going to shake things up. I'll give you an example. A few days ago, I was in my office and our pipes in our washing machine ended up freezing. And I was like, that's really weird. And I had this kind of trust of premonition through my heart and through my body saying that there's going to be a flood. And funny enough, a few months before, I had a reading saying that someone's going to experience a flood in their basement or go through a flood. Okay. So it's funny how even if we do receive the answers and there isn't the mystery, we still won't believe it. And some of you are still not trusting and believing it. Even if someone were to give you what the answer is of the future, when your lover is going to come into your life, what the year is going to look for you, when your money is going to come in, when your business is going to have how many clients, when this is going to happen, whatever it is, you still wouldn't believe it because there's still a part of you that is still in disbelief of something. So the change in the wind is like, it's almost like we're getting a little bit of an earthquake in things that haven't been stable in your life. And through this instability in January, it's going to push you to tap into the masculine and create action to prepare what is to come. So here it's really telling us, tuning into that. So anyways, going back to the story, it started to pour in my office and everything potentially could have got wet. But ironically, I just finished a breath work talking about the shake of change coming up, and that happened right away. We ended up having water coming through my light. So all this to say is that, there's a cleansing happening. There's a wind that's going to happen. There's the rain. So it's a change of the unknown that's cleansing things out of your life. And I know you're like, oh, Shika, I've cleansed so much already. What more do I need to cleanse? We're constantly shedding. I can't say enough. We're constantly shedding. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change. So we always want certainty, but here January is all about being able to not be in this certain space. Yet nothing in the human experience is black and white, nor will it anything remain static. So knowing that, and I might trigger some of you who are in a good situation, and this might be good for some of you that are not, but your current situation of where you are as you watch this video can change at any moment. It can be completely different. It can bring you to a storm of change. And you have to really think about, how would you react if that were to happen? How would you hold space for that if that were to happen? Okay. So now is the time for transformation as the outer condition of temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve a clear air, scatter seeds. So think about it. With the storms, it's going to scatter some new seeds. What are some new seeds that are going to come up for you after this? So exciting. So really focus less on how things are falling apart right now and like how I'm going to organize. Like I had one of you saying about your wedding. How am I going to focus on my wedding? Will it happen? What's going on? Stop stressing. Like when we worry, we become the worry. And if we become the worry, does it really help us? No. If we're stressing about our bills, is it really going to help us? No. It's just going to cause more triggers. So really listen to, at this point, trusting your heart. And if there is any blocks of trusting the heart, loving in the uncertainty, loving in the mystery, really tune into where was a time in your past or even your younger self where you felt you were not safe to be in uncertainty, that you always had to know the right answer, that you always needed to do things, that you always needed to project certain things. These storms have been hitting. I don't know how I've been looking so much more clearly without these worries. Yeah. So releasing those worries. One of the things I've been holding space for is before I even come on here, record a video, do this, is I'm like, let me just come to a state of peace and unworry and detachment. That's what allows me to have alignment. A lot of you mentioned, you're like, Shika, your energy is so calm. It's so light. I do a lot of work behind this to do that. So, not asking you to do the exact same thing, but what I am saying is, how can we bring that sense of peace in the storm? Could you envision yourself sitting when a tornado is about to come and you can see it in the distance and you're sitting outside meditating? And if you can't do that, then what's coming up for you? So can you sit there? Can you meditate? Can you be like, okay, this is coming through for me? Or are you distracted by the storm and you're just allowing the fear and you're counting the minutes of when the tornado is going to come? That doesn't help. So the next card we got is clean up. So January is all about preparing what we're going to clean up in our life. Some of you have some contracts that are open-ended right now, and I would wait till maybe the beginning of February after this crazy time of retrograde and such, but Venus retrograde. But what I would suggest you guys doing is actually focusing on preparing for it. I wouldn't say do things right now, but figure out how you can clean up your bad habits. So, what are some habits that are preventing you and allowing you to procrastinate a lot right now? This is a time to clean those up and create some new habits around that. Getting to a core of a situation, freedom from burden, cleaning the house, sweeping away what no longer is needed. Get rid of the stuff that you don't use in your space. Get rid of the internal things that you don't use. I always say that nothing is toxic until we overuse things, until we overtly, excessively have of something, right? So, what do you need to clean up? I'm going to pull out some more cards because I want to get more clarity on these cards here. And again, like I said, I might do cards pulling later, but for now, I'm just doing collective. This card wants to come out. Okay, so there's another three cards that came out, and I'm going to pull this in. Truth be told. So during January, we're going to start to see in the collective, we're already starting to see it. I obviously don't, because we're on YouTube, I'm going to just share it in small, but I'd love to share it more in an open space. And I will share more of these transmissions in the Quartz Vortex because I feel like it's going to bring a lot of truth for people. So truth be told, being that in the collective, we're going to start to see in the times that we're in currently that there's going to be a lot of truths coming up with the old systems that we have. It's almost like because we're in this time of Aquarius as well, Aquariuses like to rebel. They like to speak their voice. They like to go through the truth. So there's a challenge that's coming up. If there's anything in your life right now that you are not fully, embodying with yourself, if there's a part of you right now that you are not saying a truth. So is there a truth of loyalty that you have to share with your partner as to your boundaries or maybe where you are emotionally with things? Is there a truth that you have specifically with just family members? Is there something here that you have to create a boundary and just speak your truth because there's some fear of that? Is there a truth on your end of where you are and how you're kind of creating this facade? The storm's going to shake you up to really make you say your truth, to really come into humility in the sense of you need to see what is here. So take off the mask of whatever you're masking in your life right now and tune into what is here. Again, the truth will come. What is in the dark will come into the light eventually. So we can either sit there and wait for the perfect timing to do whatever you need to do, to clean up what we need to do, to set up what we need to do, or we can actually do it in the sense of, okay, I'm just going to get it done. And I trust the process. I trust in my loyal heart. And that's where I'm coming from. So there's another part that I'm going to read on this, and we have 14, which is 1-4. So new beginnings of awakenings, new realization. There's like a fighting for yourself that's coming up right now in January. And you're going to have a choice to either allow your shadow or your ego to continue hiding that part of you, or you're going to allow yourself to be seen. Honesty, accepting things that are of face value, coming out in denial and willingness to be transparent, clarity, and communication. How are you being clear with communicating your boundaries? How are you being clear with communicating what you want in your life? How are you being clear with the changes that you want to create with the people that are going to be involved in it? Family members, partners. The truth is going to come eventually. So you need to allow yourself to be in that space, be transparent, be authentic. Because again, spirit will keep challenging you and keep creating this storm and chaos until you go into your truth. Even if the truth hurts, You need to come to it. You need to express it for yourself. I always tell people that we're each given a voice for our human experience to heal us. And a lot of us have gone through experiences where we weren't able to use our voice because we had to lie and pretend that that was the truth. You know, I remember as my younger self, I would lie sometimes because I knew even if I said the truth, I would still get in trouble. So then eventually I wasn't able to say the truth because I didn't even know what truth was. I didn't know how it felt. To me, it was the same. So again, a lot of that's going to be tested. How are you kind of not being truthful in your conversations, in your relationships? As far as prosperity, are you willing to do whatever it takes in order for you to get your dreams? Are you willing to do whatever it takes for you to do the change? The rebellious aspect too is, and again, I need to talk in code because again, we're on YouTube. But one of the biggest things is right now with the collective, there's been a lot of things that we can't do, right? Like, you know, traveling and such. But what it's coming to is being truthful. And if you want to go somewhere, then maybe allowing yourself perhaps to do it and not blaming so much on the circumstances, but allowing that Aquarius energy to fight for what's coming up. There's going to be a lot of changes in the collective. I'm saying that my key inkling with everything energetically, and the energy is changing so quickly, but as I'm recording this, is come spring, things are going to clear up, or we're going to have a storm. Next 2 months is going to be a storm. So this is why truth is so important. You know, how are you hiding your truth of what's going on in the world and your opinions because you're scared of being judged? Coincidence, Kat, my condolences. Love to you as well. Love to all those who are missing people and have others that have crossed over. Yeah, whatever comes in the dark will come. How do you express certain truths? I remember when I was younger too, I would be in trouble for cleaning up multiple times. So truth is the ability for us to step into our confidence of self in the midst of knowing that nothing will be perfect, but we can at least share what's on our heart in this present moment. So, for example, if you have a certain opinion on something and you're scared of being judged, then the truth is still with you, but it's the fear of judgment that's preventing you from doing it. So really the how we start doing our truth is asking ourselves, what is something that we are using, whether it's we're using too much of it as a toxicity to prevent us from being seen, or we're ignoring the truth. We're not allowing that to come through. We're not allowing it to be a conduit in our essence, in our self. So this is a huge part. And another part about prosperity is what is true for you. So a lot of you are going to be tested on what are your priorities with abundance and making your dream occur. So maybe you need to have a space where you only have a certain amount of money in your bank account to really notice that you need to get serious with certain things, that you need to start focusing on what you want to do, that you need to get things going. Maybe you need to have this space of scarcity to push you into that two-way direction if you have two choices. And I'm feeling called to do work your light right now because it's calling in for me. A message on abundance because I just feel like that's coming up, and whew, yeah, it just like came as a wave. So abundance, what is the message here that we have for January 2022? Okay. Ooh, there's one more. Okay. So we got 3 things that are coming up. 1212. That's amazing. It's 112 as I'm recording this. Spirit's giving me a lot of cards. I'm just gonna pick what's intuitive because I think they fell out. Okay. So we got 5 cards. So changes in here. And I feel like that's going to be so deep here. So first thing we got is boundaries. And I'm seeing this again and again. All of you are responding to this. So this is for you if you're having a hard time with boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries in your life? Where do you need to establish better boundaries with your health? Where do you need to establish better boundaries with your money? And how you're overspending on things because you're actually feeling something that is an insecurity. How are you, not creating boundaries with your relationships, giving people too much of your energy and saying that you're depleted? So boundaries is key for a lot of you. If everyone's reaching out for you and you're just constantly giving and giving and you're complaining um why people just keep repeating and releasing and just asking you for things, it's because you're allowing them to. Hey everyone who's jumping in. You're allowing them to. This live has started about 35 minutes ago. The other part is soul family. So call into your tribe. You're not alone. I'm just going to put this out here because I know a lot of you need it. Again, I just added sliding scale for Quartz Vortex 2.0. Go to my Instagram, Shika_Chica. You'll see the post describing that. And in my stories, I'm going to also post in the community. I'm going to share it with everyone, some as well on the email list. But again, you need to find a tribe. You can't expect you to sit here if you're not going to ask for help. The help is there to teach you about the boundaries. The help is there around you. Even think about the people who are currently around you that's been coming into your life to help you change. Relationships are going to be key for you in this time of change. And the card that I didn't share yet is co-creating. So a lot of you are co-creating some big projects, some big intentions for this year. A lot of you are being called to have different people coming into your life to help you step into the leadership you need. A lot of you are having friends and people coming in to help you through a habit that is preventing you from cleaning up things in your life. So all these things are coming up. It's so important. Health, too much soda. I feel you. Chips, chocolate, all those things. It's so easy around this time when we just want comfort food. But good discipline is always nice to have, just to balance relationships. Yes, a lot of times I'm allowing them to drain my energy. Yeah, don't allow them to drain your energy. The grief hits me different. My siblings and I have been experiencing the same level it hurts. So really sitting with what you guys grew up with in your household. Birthing, so new age, there's creating new creations. Again, there's a lot of newness that's coming up. The storm that's going to happen in some of your lives is to force you to start completely fresh with no attachment to all your things that you didn't do well with, all the things that you didn't succeed with. That doesn't define you. So here it's like dreaming of a new world, really coming into action of that new world and what that could look like. How to mother yourself. So these two cards really are connected, the boundaries card and how to mother yourself. So the moment that you start to mother yourself or start to notice how you are lacking to mother yourself and really be conscious with it is the moment that you're going to see stronger boundaries will happen. One of the things I share with all of my clients, your boundaries change every single day. They're not the same. Your boundaries today will be different than tomorrow, will be different 3 days ago. It's different because your energy levels are different. Your frequency levels are different every day. One day you can be more open, other days you can be more isolated, some days you can be more sad, happy. We know that we have different energies. So why do we keep allowing ourselves to not mother ourselves and constantly create this sense of openness all the time? We can be a little bit more open to the space, we can be open to ourselves, but really tuning into how can I move with the changes of the wind, with my energy levels changing so much more frequently in January, and mothering myself a little bit more. Okay, so that's really key, especially the mothers out there. I know you love your kids, but you got to put these boundaries out there. Okay, I've mentioned to others that I'm searching and still in good vibe, but I need to push myself and find out. Yeah, 100% discipline. I'm hearing that. These are all angel cards that I'm pulling out. Breaking the chains. So again, there's a lot of some ancestral patterns that are coming up, and that's why some of you might be having a little bit of a storm with family, people close to you. Ancestral patterns are here for you to rewrite. If you're doing this work, if you're on this path of healing, if you're on this path as a light worker, as a healer, as a space holder, the reason is because it's been a very long time in your lineage, or maybe never at all, that someone has come into the space and is ready to change things up. We're ready to have a different energy here. Hello, Croatia in the house. We're ready to shift that. So ask yourself, what are the chains that you have to break? Just because your mom did everything that she could have because, finances were hard and she struggled and she was a single mom, all those things, doesn't mean that you have to write the same thing. Doesn't mean you have to feel guilty and not clean up your life because you feel you need to suffer. because she suffered, right? So, how many of us allow ourselves to not create boundaries because we've seen people close to us not do the same, and we feel guilty if we receive that depth of love, that depth of a loyal heart, that depth of openness to ourselves, that depth of change? Who decides your boundaries? You do. Period. No one decides your boundaries but you. You decide if you want to watch TV. You decide if you want to eat. You decide if you want to go outside. Your boundaries are you. Every part of your life, every experience is a reflection and a mirror of part of you, whether it is something good or bad. And I'm just saying this because it's true. And that's why the ancestral card is coming in. There are things that I've seen people hold 5-5, which has changed. That number just came up. But there are things that are coming up here rewriting the future. We have to understand that in order for us to rewrite the future, we have to understand what we're holding in this present moment. Some of you are holding some ancestral patterns and feelings and stories that either you're consciously aware of or you're not consciously aware of. And it's affecting your ability to create these new beginnings. It's affecting your ability for abundance. It's affecting your ability to reach out for help and move the ego and pride aside and say, I need help here. I don't need to do this alone. You can still, plan things and still be a hard worker without just isolating yourself, thinking that you have to do this alone. In the chaos of a storm, what happens in a community? Everyone comes together and they get resources together, right? Because right then they're coming from a space of making things work. The heart opens in times of chaos because it's almost like we have nothing but this. What are some things that you have right now in your situation that could actually benefit you? What are some things that you have right now that are helping you out? This is a general reading, by the way, guys. I'm not putting any personal ones. I know a lot of people have been asking me, Shika, can you do a reading for me? I don't offer personal readings at the moment, private readings. I only offer my healings, and through my healings, I do offer for my clients one-on-one the readings. So yeah, I just want to share, but I do come on here and do these collective lives. I always say, hold your intention in your heart. And then I'm sure a card here will speak to you because you're here for a reason. Milk and honey. So once we are able to move through the chaos, we clean it up. We're listening to our guides. We're creating the boundaries. All of a sudden, there's going to be these deep kind of like miracles that will occur. And it doesn't make sense to the human mind. It just happens, right? Right now, you can be in a space of struggling, or you could be in a space of like fear or a space of sadness or grief or, shedding, whatever you're at. But know that the mystery, the great mystery of the future is the fact that we can tune into our heart and allow ourselves to create this milk and honey, which is luck, which is prosperity, which is abundance. The heart chakra opens in times of chaos, 100%. Look at around you, what's going on in the world right now as I'm recording this. People are tired. The word freedom keeps coming up. What parts of you do you need to free? What parts of you does your heart can free you? I said something very powerful to my group healing yesterday. Your heart is made for you to free you. Simple. Your heart, your human heart, no matter what grief you have, what happiness, sadness, whatever you're holding, abandonment, is meant to free you. So during January, it's accessing this point of deep emotions and saying, where can I free myself in this chaos deeper? How can I allow myself to go in? And I saw this quote from one of my sisters and healer sisters. And she said, in order for people to really know what love is, they have to experience death. Because when death occurs in our life, when we missed, if any of you have lost a fur baby, a family member or something, there's been a lot of deaths that happened the last few months ago. A lot of deaths that were occurring, shedding. We just recently lost one of our great leaders, Thich Nhat, who had a lot on happiness, a lot of things, and has been giving back to source. So think about it. We've had this space where it's in January, it's all about the death that has occurred in your life, whether it's a person who's left this plane, or something that you have shedded, or an ego death, or whatever, or night of the soul, whatever you've done, dark night of the soul, whatever you've experienced the last 3 months, that death has allowed you to come to this point, the final chaotic point. And this final chaotic point is going to ripple. It's going to be a bit of time. I need you to be patient. That's why a lot of us are like, do this. Can you please, like, I need a sign. Surrender to the mystery. Surrender to your heart. Your heart is here to heal you during this time. This is to the point of where we're waiting. We've waited for this point specifically. Reading your comments. And again, like I said, I do not do personal readings. If I have time, I will at the end. But for now, I'm just doing general. Yeah, I think this is huge. So, stop seeking outside within the chaos. The chaos is in the storm. The answer is in the storm. Everything we need to learn, everything that we have to hold space for is in the storm. So this is huge. I think it's so important for us to tune into that. I want to pull another card, and I feel like I will wrap it up because Spirit's sharing with me there's a lot of depth. Let me know what's coming up for you, if there's anything that you're holding in. And I will share this for all those new who's coming on here. Quartz Vortex is starting next week. I'm calling in all the souls who are ready to change in the storm. And I'm offering a sliding scale, which there's 3 sliding scales for Quartz Vortex 2.0. And for Quartz Vortex, there's an invisible price. Just DM me on Instagram. I'm ready for Quartz Vortex. And if you want more information or you want to sign up for Quartz Vortex 2.0, you can just DM me on Instagram as well. Please be patient with me. I get a lot of messages that come through. So please be patient when you message me. Let's see what card we have here for, I'm laughing because of the card that came up. For this January 2022, what card do we receive? Okay. Deep, powerful, a lot of masculine energy coming through. I don't feel any emotions, blah, blah. Okay, so ready? Are you ready for this? Sky, Father. What did I say? Storm. Does this energy give you storm? So a lot of you, and I've had this the past couple weeks. If this resonates with you, please let me know with a star emoji. There's been a lot of testing of the masculine recently. And I've been getting a lot of masculine, like, I support all beings. I don't care gender, religion. I'm just meant to support. If you connect with my energy, there's a reason why you're here. That's really where it comes down to. So Sky Father has come up, and recently I've been feeling more masculine dominant beings coming into my space, and it's shifting the dynamic of my group healings lately. And it's interesting because the Father Sky says, trusting the unknown. What did I say? Trust in the mysticness. And there's an eagle on there, and there's been an eagle energy moving through a lot of people. I've been working through eagle energy in the dream world, and that's been coming up. So I want to share this with you all. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling it. And really think about, when I read this, what is your relationship to the masculine, whether that's a father, a brother, or someone who's a masculine energy figure to you, that has been coming up more in your energy. Feel this while I read this. Stay alert as change is in the air. We're working with air elements coming up again, a lot of wind. The spirit fox. Oops, that's the wrong one. Clear that out. This is still change though. So trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the great Father. Know that he is lovingly and leading forward. Okay, I'm going to share something that's going to be really deep. Might be triggering, but I'm going to share it deeply. A lot of you are being called to retune into your relationship with the masculine. So whether you had a really, really great relationship with your father, hello, all about me, or maybe you did not have a relationship with your father figure, grandfather, any person who was that father energy to you, Oh my God, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Nicole. This is a calling to you. In January, we're going to need to do some cleaning up of the masculine and the anger we have towards the masculine. I posted a meditation on the Ho'oponopono, and on the Ho'oponopono, it is a beautiful Hawaiian mantra. There's so much more than just forgiveness to it. And I want to do a video more about it later that my maestro has shared with me. And I want to share the medicine more with you. But for now, I want you to just honor the fact that this medicine can really help you deeper through January. And this medicine's all about forgiving the masculine. So forgiving the darkness of the world right now in the collective, forgiving yourself and your own shadow, forgiving the amount of manipulation that you did because you were hurt by the masculine, forgiving your relationship with the father figure. If you didn't really have one, it wasn't existent, right? Whatever it is, the eagle is calling you to see a different perspective of the masculine. What is something that you haven't seen that has been a belief that's instilled with you in January with the masculine? It's time to tap into forgiveness there. The Sky Father features us in many religions and mythologies of the Father God, and he's the counterpart of the Earth Mother in many traditions. So we have the Mother Earth that's grounding us, but we also have the Father, which is in the sky. So the Earth is down below; it's here in between. The sky of fathers is in the above, okay, in the depth of the other dimension. So this card represents the universal power of the masculine in its essence, the energies that people have called out to look up to in times of need of gratitude. So I'm honestly going to be calling in, I'm putting it out for the universe. I'm calling in more masculine beings to be my space. They're being called to come here and to shift the perspective and to heal the masculine more, to come into that space. The feminine energy is helping us balance that. Sky Father purifies our relationships with the masculine energies and divine, and possibly a very powerful male father figure too. So whether you are receiving someone who's a male that's coming into your life that's really helping you with your shadow work, it might be a new relationship you started with, or a relationship you're currently in, and they've been teaching you about the different elements of masculine, or perhaps this is an opportunity for you to create boundaries so you're not still attracting that masculine that your younger self felt can only be accessed because your father was not existent or was not there. Knowing that, we still are connected as we are with the umbilical cord, with our mother in spirit. So even though you are adopted, you're still connected to that mother lineage. Even though you don't have a relationship with the mother, same thing. It's the same thing with the father sky. That even though they're not necessarily with that, they're still there to help you. So help with that. Ask that help from your father, the grandfathers of your lineage. You are co-creating the life, and every thought of feeling, intention, and emotion that you are creating the road ahead, with it being said that you don't need to know every single detail of what is going on to unfold for you. When this card appears, you are being guided to step back and get out of your own way. What did I mention at the first card? Loyal heart. Stop worrying. And this card came out. I love that. When this card appears, you are being, okay, we already read that. So own way, because there is a greater power that not only is around you, but within you. The Sky Father is creating the best experience imaginable for you, accepting that all that will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see the things higher perspective. That's why the eagle is there. What can we see in a higher perspective of ourselves? Like the eagle card. I just said that. I didn't even see that. This card can also appear that there is an opportunity to improve of the father connection in your life. And I said that I haven't even read this. I'm just saying I've never pulled this card since having this deck, and I've channeled all that before that. So if your father figure is in the heavens, know that the spirit is drawing you close. So if some of you have a father figure or grandfather that has passed over, you might have some connections. You may even see them in spirit through, an animal, a spirit animal, or their favorite scent. A scent might come in, or something comes up that reminds you of a father or grandfather. And this is a calling for you to connect with the father lineage, the males of your energy, the masculine of your energy, the fathers, the sons, and the grandfathers of your lineage. They have some information that will help you to tune into the heart and open the heart. Maybe they weren't able to open to their heart because people weren't loyal to them. And in doing that, they were not devoted to the relationship with your mother, for example, devoted to the relationship with you as a person. And this is your opportunity. And I always tell people, when people cross over, it's almost easier to heal with them sometimes, because sometimes their stubbornness doesn't allow them to heal because they really don't want to see a different perspective. But when you can access them on a different, in the spirit realm, it's different. It's a different energy. And even people that have not been able to be really open with you, they're going to be more open with you, because they're in a different essence. They've been healing with you this whole time. If he's on earth, there's an opportunity to heal something, whether it's the past or the present. So again, I'm calling you during January to really reflect on the masculine, the fathers, the grandfathers, the brothers, the sons, the masculine beings in your life, and how they have shaped some of your belief systems. How have they not made you feel safe, or maybe made you feel safe? Whatever is coming through for this. So I think that's so, so key and important. And I just want to share that with you guys. For all those asking about my nose running, I'm going through a huge upgrade, huge upgrade. It doesn't make sense to the human mind. I don't have allergies. I'm not sick. I just want to share this because I've asked this before. I know I'm grateful for all of the medicinal things that you guys have been sharing, but I'm not sick. It's just an ascension, huge ascension that's happening with everything I've been doing, the work here, the deep work that I've been going with everyone. So yeah, if your grandfather has passed, I wish I knew my grandfather better. You can still get to know him. He's still in the realms if you just ask. So there's such depth in medicine that's there. But again, you just have to be open to it. The last card I didn't even get to share is Broken Arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. So this card really comes in with that. And I really want to share this card with you guys. I'm just going to put some sage. I'm feeling some spirit energy. Okay, so Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow 120. So here we go, 120. Let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare for an offer of peace. You are safe. Some of you have been used to such a very dense environment where people were always on your back, or that you didn't feel safe. And in the Broken Arrow, it's saying that even though that there were past environments and situations where you didn't feel safe, right now you are. And to ground yourself a little bit more. Some of you might even have some triggers of the wounded masculine that might come up. And I always say a trigger is an opportunity for us to understand what cells and belief systems and things that have not been grounded in our body that is wanting us to come and heal and hold space for this. So just as an arrow card symbolizes defense of protection, and Broken Arrow card symbolizes peace. In the Native American tradition, Broken Arrow would mean that the tribes are no longer fighting and know one another, but are willing to make an alliance. So ask yourself, what are some things that you have to make in an alliance? What are some things you have to forgive yourself during the January time? When you see a broken arrow in the meditation and vision of a dream or even a reading, it is a message that you no longer need to fight. So some of you are just feeling this sense of fighting because you've constantly just haven't been seen. You feel like you're being judged. It's like right now is a time for you to step away from this fight. Okay, so stop fighting. There's nothing to fight for right now. The only thing you need to hold is that loyal heart. So I feel like that is it for the card reading. I'm going to pull one more card. Ooh, I'm feeling it in my jaw. So I'm going to sign off in a bit. But let me do an affirmation for you guys. Is that a moldavite on your necklace? Yeah, it is. The energy is so strong. I got it at a local shop. I know a lot of you have been asking. The best place to go is a local shop and to ask them where they get it supplied to make sure they're real. So I wear it sometimes. Okay, ready? So let's pull out a card for this. This is a really interesting message. So we have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So this is like the arrow message. It's saying that we need to forgive ourselves. I know I cannot change the past. So why are we still in it? Devote to your heart. That will help you. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. How many of you are holding towards your failure that's preventing you from opening your heart to what you can access to? Okay. So I just really want you guys to tap into this. It's so, so, so important. And I think I did do an angel number video on 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can check it in the playlist. And if it's not there, I'll make one. I understand that that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So again, what are you learning from this mistake that has occurred? What are you learning from the chaos? Self-esteem. I possess gifts of my soul that benefits me and others. I possess gifts of my soul that benefits me and others. I possess gifts of my soul that benefits me and others. So really tapping into understanding that everything that you have in this current moment is meant for you. So I hope you guys enjoy this reading. It was very powerful. Let me know in the comments what resonates with you. Feel free to come back to this in February once your January is done and see what clicks, if it's not clicking there. And like I said, if your intention was in your heart, there's a card here that was for you. There's a message here that was for you. I trust that whoever needed to watch this, watch this. The last thing I will share is Quartz Vortex scaling, sliding scale offer is still there. So you can go to the website down below. You'll see Quartz Vortex. It's available for Quartz Vortex 2.0, and you get access to a full year of mentorship and all the programs that I launch. I have 8 right now, but I just channeled 3 more that I'm going to be offering to you guys in that program. So yeah, I would really highly suggest it. Obviously, you can do the programs individually, but you're probably going to save more if you just do the full one. So that is it. That is all. I hope you guys loved it. This was fun hanging out with you. It was so great. I'm so grateful I just came on here. I'm going to sign off, but I will post a meditation video for the new moon. And I'm going to also be setting up the video for the full moon of February soon. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, like. It does make a big difference when you like and press that thumbs up as well. And yeah, let me know what resonates with you down below. Love you all so much. Bye.